Hi there, this is Dr. Isaacs. I wanted to chat with you today about one of the basic tenets of naturopathic medicine, and this is first do no harm. Now, the idea of doing no harm is not exclusive to naturopathic medicine. Some form of it is inherent in pretty much any healing tradition, any healthcare tradition that we see nowadays. Some form of it is seen in any oath that medical students, osteopathic students, chiropractic students, naturopathic students all take once they graduate from school. Now, the idea of first doing no harm is actually quite applicable to naturopathic medicine because it's really naturopathic doctors and naturopaths alike try to strive not only for therapies that do no harm, but often are the least invasive. So we tend to use homeopathy, hydrotherapy, botanical medicines, nutritional supplementation to try and support the body's natural healing mechanisms rather than work against them. An example of this is, well, imagine that you get a cold, really bad cold, or you get the flu, and you end up getting pretty sick, and as a result, you also get a really high fever. Now, fever is not a bad thing for the most part. A fever is actually the body's natural healing mechanism at work. The body knows somehow that bacteria and viruses are actually very heat sensitive and they cannot thrive in temperatures that are much higher than 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. So when your body's provoking a fever, it's actually ending up killing off a lot of the bacteria and dismantling the viruses that are causing whatever infection you're dealing with. So ideally, naturopathic doctors like to support a fever, try and keep that fever going so that more of the bacteria or viruses end up being neutralized. And that, in contrast, actually trying to decrease a fever when you're sick can prolong an illness and more or less blunt your body's natural healing mechanisms, which we don't want to do. So there's that. One of the problems, though, is that nowadays it's difficult sometimes to do no harm. Ideally, sometimes the best you can do is do as little harm as possible. An example of this is someone who is dealing with epilepsy. They get diagnosed, they end up being put on medication, and ideally that medication prevents them from having seizures. The downside to it, though, is that a lot of times medications that help to prevent seizures can cause a variety of different side effects. It can cause anything from a simple dry mouth to mental fog, difficulty concentrating, and can even cause weight gain, and in some instances, pretty severe liver damage. Now, having said that, the trade-off is that you do have a seizure-free life. And in that case, that's the lesser of two evils. That's an instance where you're actually doing the least harm possible. A lot of people feel that a life without seizures is worth the side effects. Having a life with seizures is significantly worse. So ideally, we would like to first do no harm at all. Sometimes it doesn't quite work out that way. But it is something that naturopathic doctors and naturopaths and pretty much any member of any healing tradition strives to do. First, do no harm. Hope you found this interesting. I'm going to be doing a few more videos on this, on different aspects of naturopathic medicine and the philosophy that naturopathic doctors follow. If you would like some more information, feel free to check out my website. It's www.drscottisaacs.com. So www.drscottisaacs.com. Thanks for visiting, and be well.